Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Farscape, this is season 4, this is episode number 21 and this is part 3 of We're So Screwed. So last episode we saw how the guys from Moya had made a plan to go to this Scarran base to rescue Scorpius because we saw Scorpius had been held captive at the end of part 1. They'd basically taken him, so we decided to go and rescue the dude, and we've turned up. John's got this fishing bomb, I think it was, like strapped to him, and he's basically saying, look, raise my temperature, make me angry, don't get me excited, because any of that will set this thing off. So we've gone here, there's like all of these discussions taking place. It's kind of like a war council, and it's an interesting one because we've got like Grazer here, we've got this Emperor Scarran here, and it turns out that Scorpius has been working for this Emperor Scarran for an incredibly long time, and he's basically his spy. So he's now to the point where Scorpius is once again our enemy, and you know, they kind of get you with Scorpius, where they pull you in so you trust him, and then he does something to make you distrust him, and then you kind of get reeled back in again. It's a very clever character, Scorpius. I quite like him quite a lot. So I'm going to be interested to see what the hell we're going to do here, because, you know, we're in this situation where we're screwed, I think. Hence, you know, the name of this. So let's go.
You'll be delighted to hear my guards were able to secure the rest of your crew as well. Coincidentally, as they were also nearing exits. Like yourselves, I'm sure they were simply trying to avoid any entanglement in violence.
We were all bailing.
There are guards placed to ensure their well-being.
They're taken care of.
Were you planning to leave?
Temporarily. Grazer called with another offer. But you had a riot going on. We didn't want to bother you. We decided to take our own car.
I'm glad you didn't.
Oh god, all the
Base
like
defenses have been placed on highest alert. Any
mistrust
non-Scarran vessels
they're putting in
will
each other.
automatically be targeted and destroyed.
I prevented you from leaving for your own protection.
You what?
You stopped us from leaving.
You stuck a knife in our back.
No.
Stealth is no longer an option.
No.
Does Lola have enough firepower to blast us out?
Maybe.
Du shoot, hab ich da.
Somebody's jammed the comms.
None of the comms are working fine.
They must have disabled Lola.
That is impossible.
Apparently
Where's
not.
the command carrier? Can we still get a free ride out of here?
Try it and find out.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, let me enlighten you. Grazer doesn't frighten me. Her command carrier doesn't frighten me. Your bomb doesn't frighten me. And neither do you.
I'm on the brink of devastation, Manny Pearl.
Oh, Jesus.
Perhaps we should go there together.
The Scarrans can only propel their power forward from these very few locations.
And destroying a bunch of flowers is supposed to set them back.
For hundreds of cycles. Stark provided many details. I was unable to learn of Katratzi's location. You...
Which is why the alternate Stark
rescued him.
was able to say the name of it.
Sorry to stitch you up.
No, you're not. I have no wormhole knowledge, John.
What happened to that bit of brain that he
Knows
had?
everything you know. So what? I lied.
Harvey? Oh, that is clever. We had a deal. I help you rescue Aaron's son from the Scarrans. You give me wormholes.
Oh, shit.
If my neuroclone has returned, it is only because you have betrayed me.
Now you better listen to him, Screw. He's smarter than you.
You used me.
We use each other.
You're better at it.
Oh, you're learning. The bomb. Clever.
When it goes off,
We won't
plan
be
on being
here.
nearby.
The Scarrans are on full alert, weapons primed. You'll never get out of here.
I'll see you later.
Where are you going? That's a medical area.
I have something I need to take care of.
Personal problem. Let's go.
So you need to watch.
Wait for it here.
I can't believe they're allowing us inside. Everything's working, right?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Then why didn't she come when he
Well, let's
called
get the
her?
others. Blast our way out of here.
No, someone's been in here. I can smell it.
Well, the defenses were up, right?
Be careful.
Down. Maybe filled with weapons, planted a homing beacon.
Yes.
Or a bomb. Drill it. I have to shut the ship down and run a full systems diagnostic check.
How long will that take?
A day.
3 hours.
That is a bioloid replica. And how do you know that?
That's what I said!
Stark would never torture me. Emperor Starlick replaced the real Stark with a bioloid.
So the real Stark's here somewhere?
Believing he was real.
But you're actually working for Starlink.
So he believes.
Oh, I do admire your compartmentalization of duplicity.
How do we find
She
the
put that
real
well.
Stark?
Find the bioloid duplicator. Stark is undoubtedly imprisoned within it.
Emperor, about Crichton's bomb. In under quarter of an hour, we will have computed the final code. With it, this will disarm the detonator.
It's that!
Satisfactory.
All the codes have been changed.
What can be done?
There's a master key chip that overrides all codes. It'll run the elevator and give you complete access to the system schematics.
Can you get it?
Not very easily. And if I get caught, then
Could expose the entire Kalish underground.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hi there.
Beth is gonna find a way to screw us.
Interesting how, like,
Probably way ahead of her, which leaves us with plan
E?
we're seeing bioloids
4.
portraying emotion.
And I'm gonna tap dance for the Emperor.
Be careful, he's not an idiot.
I know, but he can't do jack to me as long as this bomb's ticking.
Where is Crichton?
You won't get far. The station is sealed.
Minister Agnar, that may well be your epitaph.
Oh.
Suppose who has managed to summon the replicator?
What the hell is that? Some kind of massage tool?
It's a drilling elevator, but it won't do us any good without the key chip.
What's he doing here?
Scorpius? He's giving us a shaft as usual. Everybody in. Mind the gap. Save her in and out.
We'll try and crossfire the drilling controls.
Yes, we can try, but it will
Oh my
not
God.
work with the...
Wait!
Wait!
I've got it.
Crichton. Really?
Yeah.
Find Stark.
Good idea.
Sensors detect weapons fire within the base, and communication intercepts indicate Scaran forces are in pursuit of Crichton with orders to kill.
They must have deactivated the bomb.
Then he's lost.
Go to battle stations.
No.
Are you questioning me?
Shielded.
Yeah, they've took
The
provisions.
replicator is stopped at the Crystherium cavern.
I want it recalled.
Got it. The drills are enabled. We can core our way to anywhere on the planet.
I've regained control of the drilling elevator.
Now get it back up to this level.
They stole our getaway car.
Yes.
That's our only way out.
And their way in.
Jesus.
Time to go.
Go where? There's nowhere to go.
Grasshopper!
Hide.
Get down.
Hey, did you get my bomb?
What?
Bomb? I can't believe it. I left a nuclear bomb in an elevator.
Oh, that's all right. You've done worse.
These weapons will be useless if they're Scarans.
It's gonna be Scarans.
Present yourself and surrender.
They're like, what now?
Is that him?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Open it up. Stark! Are you alive?
Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh, you lunatic.
Commandant Grazer. Under Article 6, Rulu. Uniform Code of Admiralty Conduct, Section 19. Due to a state of incapacitation of judgment displayed in multiple encounters under stress, I hereby invoke the transfer of command and relieve you of duty immediately.
Officer of the deck! Weapon! Sir! Would you be so kind as to shoot this mutinous captain dead where he stands?
Sorry, ma'am. Captain Braca has already relieved you of command.
It's the elevator!
Did we hit the surface?
Can't stay in here though, there won't be that much oxygen.
Hey, that's no good. We're safe.
They don't even know about Stark.
What have you done, John?
Just fix your little power problem.
This is your last chance. Come out! Now!
Shanna with her two hands up was extremely cute. Oh, look at Dargo. Oh, God.
What is that?
Oh.
I never thought I'd see you again, Stark.
And I always believed I would.
It is a pleasure to have you aboard.
Time for another starburst, pilot.
Moya and I believe 4 is enough. She's tired, and there's no evidence that anyone is pursuing us.
Scarens must still be too busy on Katratzi.
They got off easy.
And to celebrate the victory, I shall cook a voluptuous suspicion haunch stew.
Oh. Do you know, what's quite devastating is that knowing that officially there's like one episode left of this season and then obviously the 2-parter afterwards, because I don't think emotionally I'm kind of ready for this to end yet, because I love these guys a lot. And it's going to be really weird kind of not kind of seeing what they're up to next once I've got to that stage. So this episode was kind of like a crazy one. We've got everyone still trying to get off this Scarran base. We've got John and his bomb. We've got plans afoot everywhere. We've got obviously like John and Aaron and Sokozu still planting mistrust between like the Kalish, the Charads, the Scarrans, the Peacekeepers, and they all just started to kind of start turning on each other, which was apparent that it was something that was probably going to happen in the last part of this story. But to see Bracker after 4 years basically stand up for kind of what he thought it was right at that point against Grazer. I've been waiting for kind of a point where Bracker kind of realises there's like a bigger picture. He kind of, through working with Scorpius, I think knew there was like a means to an end there, but I don't know if he kind of fully understood where Scorpius was going. Scorpius probably kept a lot of stuff hidden, and probably like Grazer. And it was interesting because that small interaction we had between John and Grazer where they were talking about kind of things that had been like lost, and Grazer broke there, and that's the first time we've ever really seen her break. And when John basically said to her, oh, has this happened to you? Has this happened to you? You know, were you this? Were you that? Basically where you raped, because she basically effectively raped him. So it's interesting that he brought it up and then walked away, and like he's like still had to deal with the aftermath of that, whereas she probably doesn't even care that she did it on some level. She just wanted this kind of vision of peace that she had in her mind, hence all of these peace treaties and pacts that she was a part of. And then her going from that to then wanting to start a war was an interesting flip, and I really liked that Bracker basically turned around and said, I'm taking command from you. Scorpius kind of flipping around everywhere just always throws me off, keeps throwing me off, and I still don't even know where we really stand with the guy, which says a lot after like, what, 3 seasons of him now? His relationship with Sokozu, I said many times, is always an interesting thing to witness, because we've saw the culmination of the last full season of them spending time together at the end there, and then seeing everybody kind of back with Pilot and Rigel working with Granny in this, even though they weren't really in it that much, was really cool to see. Dargo and Chiana obviously getting to the point where, you know, they seem to have sorted some of their differences out after everything that happened with Jothi. John and Aaron kind of having a more subdued reunion and kind of talk at the end there as well, and John getting quite upset because he was worried about who else might die because of his actions. And then we've got Stark, who I was correct in thinking this Stark was a bioloid, and then Rigel and Granny finding the real Stark and taking him back to Moya was lovely. I'm quite sad we didn't get like a full reunion with them, but he seems to get on well with Granny, so I don't know how that's going to go. And it'll be interesting to see if he references, if he found anything out about when he kept hearing Zan's voice, if he brings that up at all, because that obviously was the reason why he left in the first place. But then Sokozu saying she's got like this genetic engineering and she's not like what you'd describe as like a standard Kalish, and there's like an underground that she touched upon last episode of like people that want to overthrow the Scarans, and she can do this random radiation thing that kills the heat glands in Scarans and kind of kills them. I want to know like who first started those genetic experiments, because that's a little bit kind of crazy, but it can kind of make sense because they're probably engineered to be a bit stronger, and we've seen her in like fights and when she kind of goes on the walls and everything as well. So be interesting to see what happens in the next one. I'm going to sign off and say thank you, and I will see you guys later. So thank you.